A curious tradition remains here at Downside and within other houses of the English Benedictine congregation. This tradition is Month Day, and it is where a monk takes a day, or more likely part of a day, off. Like most traditions, its origins can be somewhat dubious, but it has been told to many a novice that it comes from the days of bloodletting, wherein monks needed a day to recover. Thankfully, that practice is long gone. However, we monks tend to cling on to customs and traditions. So the first Thursday of the month for the community of St. Gregory the Great remains a day of recovery. Work commitments often mean that it's unlikely that all the community can take a month day. However, they are particularly important for postulants and novices as a way to get to know the community, and for the community to get to know them. Some monks will use a month day to go on a walk, perhaps finding themselves in a pub for lunch. Others will go on a day trip to visit family or friends, whilst others are happy for the opportunity to spend a quiet day to themselves with a good book at hand. Daily recreation also plays an important part in the monastic life, both individually and communally. You don't have to spend long in a monastery to realise how quickly the day goes by. The evening recreation before Compline, therefore, is a precious time for the community to be together and to appreciate each other's company. It is a time to build up community, which can at times include moments for healing and forgiveness, when we forget to recognise Christ in one another. It's the time for us to recognise our brethren as the ones helping us to joyfully live out our monastic vocation. Each member is paradoxically both teacher and pupil in the school of the Lord's service, as we all seek to enlarge our hearts so as to better walk in the way of God's commandments. One way we can practically do this is by celebrating key monastic moments, such as clothing, profession, ordination, and anniversary. St. Francis de Sales, in his introduction to the devout life, wisely proclaims that there can be no doubt that it is a defect to be so rigorous, boorish, and unsocial as not to be willing to take any recreation oneself or permit others to do so. A monk in the 21st century is just as susceptible as everyone else to stress, anxiety, and overwork. It's important that for both spiritual and mental health, a monk is able to find peace and tranquility sometime in his day, so as not to be so overburdened that prayer and conventual duties become a trial. A monk can help himself by making time for his own recreation each day. Often this can be a little walk around the gardens, perhaps reading a novel, or finally getting around to answering that letter or email to a friend. Recreation comes to be a reflection of the Benedictine value of balance and moderation in all we do. Recreation helps us and enables us to be thankful to God for our community and for the good things he gives to us. So central is the daily recreation that it forms part of the conventual duty of a monk. That is to say, it is just as important as the divine office, Mass, Lectio Divina, and mealtimes. It helps the monk to say with the psalmist how good and how pleasant it is when brothers live in unity.